Hello students, welcome to English lecture. Today we will discuss the remaining part of the lesson on to summit. So you can imagine how thrilling and challenging this task was to reach the top. What does it matter whether I reach the top first or Hillary? So that question aroused in his mind that they were a team and it was no question that who reached the first. Our main thought was that both of us reached the top. We had to. One couldn't do it alone because this is a teamwork and everyone in that team is important. So, everyone's role is important. So, it is needless to say that why we should think about who reached the top first. If there had been a difference of 1000 feet between us, then one could make the claim that he was first. But even then, only the man behind him could confirm the distance between the two of them. So these two people were there and they were assisting each other, they were helping each other, they were a team, and that's why there was no question to think about that who reached the top first. But people were discussing this matter. So when we reached Kathmandu, we discovered that a controversy had arisen. So there was opposite discussion going on this issue. We talked it over. Hillary, Colonel Hunt, and I. So Colonel Hunt was their leader, and Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, both of them, they were successful in this expedition. So, three of them, they discussed this matter and they came to the conclusion. We agreed that all the talk was childish. So, they thought that what people were saying, it was childish. So we made a pact, means written agreement. So they had a pact. They wrote on paper what did they think. And each of us signed it in the office of the Prime Minister of Nepal. Each one signed his own statement. I have a copy of Hillary's statement which I carry in my pocket. So both the statements were same and they signed it differently. It reads Kathmandu, June 22nd, 1953. So the pact was done on June 22nd, 1953, and it was the place Kathmandu. On May 29th, so that was the day where they reached the top, Tenzing Sherpa and I left our high camp on Mount Everest for our attempt on the summit. So they were attempting this expedition on 29th May, and Hillary wrote that Tenzing Sherpa and I left our high camp on Mount Everest for their first attempt for their attempt on the summit. As we climbed upwards to the south summit, first one and then the other would take a turn at leading. So both were leading, they were doing that role. One was anchor, one was leader, and in this way, alternately, they were doing their role. We crossed over the south summit and moved along the summit ridge. We reached the summit. So here you can see the image that what is northeast ridge, where is north ridge, and where is that Mount Everest and west ridge, and how they reach to that top. So the route is given here. So Hillary wrote, we embraced each other, overjoyed at our success. Then I took photograph of Tenzing holding aloft the flags of Great Britain, Nepal, the United Nations and India. So Hillary wrote that we were overjoyed. We were so happy at our success Then I took photograph of Tenzing holding aloft the flags of Great Britain, Nepal, the United Nations and India. Signed E.P. Hillary. There is another paper like this in English signed by me. So both signed the same paper, same statement that yes, they reached together. And there is no question who reached the top first. Thus, we will not take part in any controversy. As the statement says, Hillary and I embraced when we reached the top. Embrace, they hold together. एकमेकांना मिठी मारली. We did as well as our bulky equipment would let us. They were carrying bulky, heavy equipment with them, oxygen cylinder and all that, and that's why they could not embrace each other perfectly, but they did as well as their bulky equipment would let us. I remember saying to him, we have done it. Yes, we have achieved our mission. We are successful in our expedition. But we couldn't hear because there was too much wind, and that's why they could not hear, and we had our oxygen mask on. So, in this way, students, you can see that this was really an exciting thing to reach the top for the first time in world's record to this highest summit in the world, that is Mount Everest. And the writer is expressing the feelings of Edmund Hillary and himself that when they reached to the top. In the next part, we will see that what kind of feelings and what kind of gratitude they had when they reached to the top. Thank you.